Awesome.
Everyone's gonna have to fucking refresh.
Refresh. Stream.
Let's do it. Oh shit, I didn't cover my Facebook and Twitter. Oh well. Everyone follow me on Facebook and Twitter anyway.
Oh my goodness. That's alright.
Just a nasty plug.
Mm.
Okay, come on. We can start the game anytime now, boys.
So we're live, right? So if I talk, it's not going to be wasted, right?
Yeah, we're live. We can
Right.
we can get it going.
So it looks like good evening, everybody. How you guys doing today? We really don't care. We have Jibs and Bits saying, so is anyone else coming? And then Milk Cows is just waiting on Discord issue. So I think there's some inner what's the word I'm looking for?
Team?
Dissension in the teams right now. Somebody's not getting into Discord or doesn't have a tag or something like that. But anyways, we're gonna be here with and what is this? Team Bubblegum versus Team Virtual Death, I do. And then Team 1 is the
Virtual Death.
Yeah, and then the other. Okay, I got it all figured. So some of them have the Team Sen and Lotion tags on because I think isn't Bubblegum a denomination in TSL?
Yeah,
it's like their C team or their B team or something like that.
Yeah.
Or their F team or whatever. Who knows? But I mean, you can definitely just looking at the rankings alone. I mean, it's not super bad, but it's definitely gonna be an interesting game to see how it goes. More in these games you're looking for, especially if you're the coach, or somebody like Bubblegum, you're really looking for just team decision making is the biggest thing because they may or may not lose mechanically, but making decisions as a team and hopefully getting some good plays and they could win. It's definitely possible. But it'll be interesting to see how it plays out as we get into it. Looking back on that though, do you know anything about these teams? Because I've only, I guess I have spectated games.
I watched 2 Bubblegum games, and I expected them to get blown out of the water. They got beat pretty bad one game, but then they played really well the second game, and it's giving me a new outlook on Bubblegum.
Well, I think they do have a couple of solid players in there who really, I think, wasn't their jungler, their top laner? Didn't they swap that out?
No, I believe their jungler's been jungler the whole time.
Was it Spazzy? Okay. Because I remember I scrimmed against him like 3 or 4 weeks ago. But I thought it was Call Me Daddy.
No, man.
Unfortunate.
Daddy's always been in the jungle.
Alright, well, I'm just delusional. TVD, on the other hand, I've seen several of those games. I think I casted one, then I spectated a couple more. I don't know what to think about them. Obviously, they have a new mid laner. We'll see how that kind of affects things. Because from what I've seen so far, I wasn't the most impressed. But then again, we'll see how that new mid laner pick plans out.
Yeah, I haven't been able to catch any TVD games, but I'm looking forward to this one. See whether it's gonna be a shit show or if we're gonna be able to get.
Well, didn't they play the hour-long game?
I think that was TVD, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was TVD, and who else was that?
Wait, so they replaced that Talia mid lane?
They have replaced their mid laner, yeah.
That was pretty. I thought it was pretty solid, but who even knows? Like a duda cha-cha. Oh my goodness.
Now, if these guys would just start the game.
Are ready.
Well,
that's what you're supposed to do. That's what LCS does.
Yeah, I don't think they're ready though. I was talking to Daddy and he said not yet.
That's unfortunate. It's interesting that you say Daddy though, because both teams seem to have the player who likes the name Daddy, and they're both in the jungle.
Oh, Big Daddy Tempo and
Daddy. Isn't that interesting?
This is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
How are we gonna know who we're calling about?
I remember back in season 4 when Samsung White was really big, and that their jungler Dandy And always when I heard the casters, because I wasn't watching the game super closely, I'd have it, in another window I was playing or doing whatever in Hearthstone League. I'd hear them saying, especially some of the English casters or British casters, because they have the accent.
Yeah.
And I thought they were saying "daddy, daddy," like Dante's got. But it's Dandy. And so I was like, who is this daddy guy?
Who is this daddy guy?
I mean, it's.
Hey man, maybe
We are ready.
We'll see the daddies here. Maybe one of them will make it big
Oh my
one day.
goodness. It's like a terrible sitcom. Here it is. One too many daddies. Oh my goodness.
A perfect name for a sitcom.
That's just what you want to see on your.
Hey man, it's
11 o'clock Tuesday.
It's 2017. We can have as many daddies as we want.
Well, we're not talking much about that. As more as just the baby daddy and real daddy. Era. I always wanted an account with like a special symbol on it, but my first account that I think had like a weird eye or something like that in it, I got permabanned.
Oh, it feels bad, man.
Well, I mean,
I have a account has a special symbol.
Well, you're super cool.
I am super cool.
I just can't hold on to accounts long enough for them to. I stopped. Here's how it is. I stopped investing money. I think after the third account, I'm just like, this is not worth it anymore. I was like,
I can't do this anymore.
Now I just play them, get them in placements, rank them up, and then flip them. It's not worth my time.
Yeah, I feel you. Look at this guy. We got the Diamond 5 specialist to cast tonight's game.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sitting with the Gold 5. Just doing things.
They say ready. It's like a doo-doo cha-cha. They need to talk to their teammate comms. Actually, I can. Let me jump in and see if I can figure out.
Just see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. Who is doo-doo cha-cha? He's on a baby issues with our top 2 seconds. He has baby issues. It's funny that we're talking about all these daddies. Baby issues.
It's not. That's actually Big Daddy tempo. Let's be real.
Yeah. Atish left the lobby, lagged out. Feels bad, man.
Feels real bad, man. That's
They imported the Korean.
It's gonna affect them.
Yeah, he's their Korean import, so he's playing on like 150, 200 ping right now. But it doesn't matter, right?
Hey, I mean his username used to be Faker, so.
Well.
So let's see if it's actually Faker himself.
Yeah, or if he's just faking. Kill me. No. We'll know if he plays Oriana or Rise, whether it's Faker or not.
The scuffed intermission.
You
guys are in for a treat once we hit that intermission.
Definitely. The most professional intermission you've seen this side of the Mississippi. It's ridiculous.
Super clean, super nice.
What
the fuck is going on? I can't see all chat. What do you mean all chat? We're sitting in lobby.
Isn't there a meme where the kid's like it's playing like metal music and he's like, anything is possible, and he's like, what the fuck is going on? I remember that meme. Starts playing that heavy music and it's like a football. I don't know. I just remember it from a while back. It's an old meme, but I'll show that reminded me of.
Guess one of them isn't ready. They're about to FF. Don't fucking FF. I put in work to do that.
Is there? Yeah, I was gonna say, is there a time limit? Can they sub somebody?
For 12 minutes.
Can they sub somebody in for their top laner?
They have baby issues or some shit. I don't want to see this nonsense. It's a kid playing football who's blind. Oh, there we go. We're finally.
Yes, that's the meme. That we liked.
TSL daddy, greater BBG daddy.
Oh my goodness. So Xin Zhao coming through as the first ban. Very strong meta jungler right now. I like that. That's I don't know if Call Me Daddy plays it or Call Me Daddy plays it, but yeah, it's definitely a good ban. Solid.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you really don't want to see on the other team.
No, not really. Him and J4, really scary. Great
Ornn,
top laner right now.
absolutely.
So it looks like
just
maybe
destroying
yeah.
lanes in this split so far too.
Maybe we're gonna see a lot of meta bans here. I don't know that so far when you cast games on a server, usually you see a lot of target bans.
Yeah.
But so far it just seems like it's I mean maybe they do play meta champs.
There's the target ban. A nice thresh
Okay, is
ban
he like a
towards
big thresh
Chibs.
player?
I'm
Okay.
not sure, but I'd imagine he is if they're going as far to ban it, and that's gonna be the Alistar.
Alistar. Oh my goodness. Those junglers. Well, I guess Ornn's a top laner. I haven't seen a lot of Ornn jungle lately. You saw it for a little bit there. So Rammus is also gonna come through. That's it. That has to be a target ban because Rammus is not like a huge champion right now.
I think Rammus is super strong in this current meta.
You think with the aftershock, maybe?
With not only that, dude, he can build a wit's end and just after that full tank, and it's just disgusting. And that's gonna be
see if they have that
coming out from Bubblegum.
That Xerath ban though, that has to be a target ban.
Absolutely, I'm looking to see an Orianna come out of a Tesh most likely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we did say, I mean, maybe if he's Faker, he's gonna pick Orianna or Ryze. So
yeah.
Sejuani gonna be locked in though. That's a good.
That's a good first
strong
pick.
Yeah. Not really giving anything away. You know, you're just kind of saying, hey, we're gonna play this meta champion. I like the Alistar's band, the Thresh's band. I feel like Sejuani becomes a little bit stronger there.
Yeah, it takes a lot of the strong tanks being taken out, and that I think that's gonna be a Volibear top. I saw it in there.
Yeah, that's 100% a Volibear top. I know this because I've looked at his stats and he likes his Volibear top lane. It's one of his comfort champions coming through as well. Great duo there, Volibear Leona, two very all-in aggressive champions. And with the Thresh and Alistar gone, probably gonna look to see maybe a Janna or a Lulu coming out of support right here for TVD. Because if not, they can just get that banned away, and then when you ban a Blitzcrank, really?
Oh, he really wants to play the hooks. No, it's gonna be Lulu locked in.
Thank you.
Just to be a little safer, you know, he still has that poke in lane, and you don't want to be hooking a Leona.
No.
And there's the Orianna picked up for the wrong team.
Yeah.
That's not the team
That's actually
we want.
interesting.
So they're looking for the Leona to go in with a ball on top of her and just shockwave the entire backline.
Zed ban.
That's got to be a target ban.
Well, because Orianna's fine into Zed. There's no reason to ban it, so it must be this guy must like
Doom Rider must not be confident going against this.
Yeah. I'm gonna laugh when there's a Yasuo ban as well.
Hey man, those things are too strong. I don't want to deal with it.
Tristana.
Right,
well, they already
we're gonna see the last ban from Spazzy and Team Bubblegum here, and we'll just see what they decide. And it's gonna be the Azir taken off the table. They're really targeting Faker here.
Yeah. Very interesting.
The only thing left for Faker to be able to pick up to be Faker is Ryze.
It's Ryze. Yeah, they did. They banned the Zed. They banned the Azir. They have the Orianna.
So
Xayah ban. Ooh, well. I like that.
I do too. Xayah with Leona is a really strong combo because she's able to get her feathers out while Leona's still stunning, and then follow up with a root for more CC.
And kind of take away that, that self peel Xayah has as an ADC when you have a Shen, a Shen Sejuani taking away that huge self peel of her ultimate and the AOE. They're gonna opt for the Misfortune, which is maybe a slightly worse version of Xayah, but has the kind of the same effect. The AOE, nice team fighting.
All right, so we're definitely gonna see the Teemo locked in here.
Yeah,
Teemo AP carry.
There's no way.
Teemo AP carry. No, it's gonna be the Vayne picked up for Virtual Death.
Wow, that's a commitment.
That is a commitment, and the Brand picked up for mid lane. It's not Faker.
It's not Faker. Unfortunate. We were about to see some very interesting gameplay, but no, it's gonna be the Brand Orianna matchup. I like Brand into that matchup, but obviously, I mean, he has a great team fight as well too. So
yeah, he's got a super strong team fight. All he's got to do is press R, and he takes out half the team.
Yeah, they're pretty tanky though.
Yeah, that will be a tough line to break. So Vayne is a very good pick into this.
Yeah, I like the Vayne pick. It always looks sketchy. I'm like always when I see a Vayne, it's always kind of on the kind of fence. Are you really picking Vayne? Like, is she actually the solo queue? But You have Volibear who just runs at you, Warwick who runs at you, Leona you can condemn her out of her stuff. It's a good pick. I like it.
She's able to condemn everyone pretty much. She can't condemn the
Yeah.
Warwick ult, but she
Yeah.
can keep herself fairly safe, and then she's got the Lulu to ultimate her if Warwick does ult. So
They do have a very strong protect for her too. They have the Shen Lulu for huge protection, and then you have the Sejuani brand as kind of act as that secondary threat, so the focus can't all be on Vayne. And if they go too far in, with Leona lockdown, Warwick lockdown, Volibear flip onto one side, then they do have good flex in their comp with multiple threats there from the brand and the Vayne.
This should be a very interesting game. We'll see whether they're able to protect that AD carry or if Bubblegum's able to get into that backline and
to press their R buttons.
They want to do.
Press their R buttons.
Press R and win.
They do have a very strong press R team.
They do with the Warwick Orianna misfortune. They have a pretty gross wombo combo.
Well, yeah. The thing is too, how far does bot lane get behind? Because you have to imagine Misfortune Leona is just gonna crush Lily Vayne. Like, there's no way. Like, you just walk up to them and press your buttons and they die. Like, for the first
one Leona
20 minutes.
Q in the first 3 minutes is gonna take half of Vayne's health.
Yeah.
And Lulu being a squishy supporter will do the same to her.
It's interesting though that Brand ran the Ignite mid. He's obviously feeling very comfortable in this matchup. Even versus all that engage. So we'll see how that pans out. Maybe looking for some early kills in that 1v1.
That may be signs that he's going to get a lot of pressure from Sejuani as well.
Mm-hmm.
So they're able to lock down the Orianna and then get that kill. Even if it is with the last Ignite tick, then it'll be worth it if he can pick up a couple kills.
Mm-hmm.
But
that has to be the plan though, too,
he's
right?
Gonna suffer with it.
That has to be the plan though, right? Though you can't go bot lane because you almost kind of lose the 2v3. You can't go top lane. It's just Shen Volibear. Like, why are you? There's no reason to gank it.
Wet noodle fight.
Right. It's not going to change the outcome at all. If you go mid, that's like their only, that's pretty much your only lane to gank. So maybe a lot of fighting and skirmishing in the jungle. However, Sejuani versus Warwick's going to win those fights like 90% of the time. So they'll have to be careful how they manage that 2v2.
Yeah, Warwick has so much sustain. His 1v1s are just unstoppable, even just early game. That Q gives so much health back.
Yeah.
And depending on the runes he's running, it could be even worse for Sejuani. Now, last time we saw Daddy play Warwick, it was press the attack Warwick. So we'll see whether he does go with press the attack again or if he opts for a more tanky grasp or something like that.
I like press the attack. I feel like, I don't know, if you're looking at your team, you want consistent damage. Obviously, Orianna deals consistent damage, but Misfortune is slightly lacking. I feel like if you're going to go off bruiser Volibear, off bruiser Warwick, you can have some dual threats that are hard for Brand to kill, and make Vayne have to work a little bit more, not just heal off of tanks, because that's something that can happen at a certain point in the game.
Yeah, should
be interesting.
Should be an interesting game. We'll see how each team plays it out, and it looks like we're going to be hopping into game very shortly.
I feel like the biggest mistake comes from where Sejuani decides to go to make or break the game early game. She has to understand her early matchups and who's strong when, and it definitely could be a huge turning point if they make a mistake in getting top lane and get a nice counter game, because they will lose that 2v2 every time. I don't think there's a way that they win that.
All right, so we're looking to see Sejuani go towards mid. What do you want to see Warwick doing?
It has to be farm for 6, and then you have to pressure bot lane. There's no reason to go mid lane. Yeah, Orianna's going to be useful regardless. You don't gank top lane. You have to gank bot lane, because you have Misfortune and Leona, and you have a timer. There comes a certain point of the game where Vayne is just way better, and Lulu is just way better than their counterparts in the bot lane. So you have to focus, snowball ahead, and get into that massive team fight comp, as even Shen late game proves way more useful than Volibear. And just the ability to negate autos, kind of like a Jax ability, is insane late game. Does on accelerating the game bot lane and powering through that mid game, grabbing the Baron, and closing the game.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna want to see him going towards his strong points. I know that last time I was watching them, they didn't play towards their strong points, and I believe that's what cost them later on in the game. So we'll see whether they can do that this game and pick up a W here, or if it's going to be more of the same.
Well, ping's going on for blue side. That's virtual.
Yeah, virtual.
Yeah, virtual. Virtual looks like they're just gonna 5-man stack across the
across the map.
Fan out across the
get
river.
there.
And it looks like
we're
gonna see
scrimmage set up.
Yeah. So safe starts coming from both sides. No crazy invades.
They're probably just feeling the waters, you know. Looks like Shen might be going in, try and get a ward there where that Oriana's standing, but
that's a pretty free ward. He should probably like to get some information there.
Yeah, that's usually a pretty standard ward for teams to try and get. Along with Leona, you know, maybe going to get that ward in the same place to the opposite side. It just gives junglers information on where the start is, where they're moving throughout the map when they're at their raptor camps.
Well, the thing is, if you place it about right now, then you also protect your mid laner from the gank, because we're assuming Sejuani is starting top side and Volibear is starting blue side out, or not Volibear, but Warwick is starting blue side. So they'll be about the side of that ward. They'll show up right there at about that time where the ward is almost expired, but it'll still probably catch them as they rotate around, and you can give your mid laner some valuable information and maybe even save their life.
Yeah, so it looks like pretty standard starts from both sides. Just going to be starting bot side, moving towards top, maybe try and get something mid after she takes both buffs. And we'll see what she can do with that.
Where'd she start? She's going to go straight to the to the wolf cam.
Yeah, wolves
and level 3.
Blue.
Yeah. Bot lane though.
They're getting small trades. It's Lulu getting the better of it though.
Have to be careful there. They're about to hit level 2.
So that's Brand with those quite a bit of damage being put out just from the pillar of flame and the ignite.
Oh yeah.
It just widens his arms, and big damage coming from that misfortune.
Double up, yeah. It could have gone a lot. Hopefully on the opportunity, but you do have to watch out for that level 2 spike bot lane. That's Leona's #1 thing. Yeah, it's like Blitzcrank pulling blue buff. It just kind of happens every game.
Yeah,
so definitely gotta.
So they do have information on both junglers now. They have both walked over a ward. There's a ward on Warwick's red, and Sejuani is just gonna try and figure out what she wants to do now that she's been spotted.
Yeah. Warwick actually opts for a full clear in his bot side jungle, so taking his time through this, which is I think is smart in this matchup. You know, I have to wonder if Sejuani's rush was correct, because she's not going to contest them anyways. So why not just go for a full clear? But she gets through, getting her gromp, maybe pathing back towards bot side and showing up there.
She may be looking for something top there. She does jump over the wall.
He's on a ward. He's gonna walk away.
Yeah, Volley's just gonna walk away. He's got it warded, so no big deal. Back up, play a little safe. Now this Vayne is very low.
Well,
he's double ups from.
Yeah, she's gotten hit by at least 2 or 3 double ups at this point, and those, especially if it kills, I see misfortune even there. She's looking for those things.
Yeah.
Obviously, and that free poke.
Yeah, she's looking for really quick trades with Aerie.
Leona's going in.
So Leona going ham, and that's gonna be first blood going over to Misfortune, and you gotta respect the Leona.
It didn't even look like it happened.
I don't even think Misfortune really did anything. She was kind of just there for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you see the power of Leona though. It's ridiculous. Yeah, early game and.
She powers through any squishy opponent.
Yeah. It's going to be first blood going over to a Bubblegum, as they're bullying this bot lane. I mean, it's expected. It's a Misfortune Leona, but, I guess maybe their bot lane did not expect it, as Vayne even opts to go Dorn's Blade and not Dorn's Shield in this, so definitely maybe some lack of preparation. But
I feel like they should have been respecting it more. You know how strong the Leona is.
Yeah.
You know Misfortune can follow up fairly easily. She can slow you down and then just get a couple autos off. You need to respect that. If you miss a couple creeps, you have to miss the creeps. You can't be pushing up the way that they've been.
Definitely unfortunate. However, as the junglers tag each other, and Sejuani maybe will path. Leona might actually go in here. No.
Jump out. And that's going to be Volibear. No, he almost took the first back, but Shen convinced him to stay.
As we look mid lane here, though,
big damage coming
huge
out of the mid
chunk
lane.
on the
Big stun.
Gonna be
barrier popped, and that's the ignite.
That has to be a kill.
Flash burned. And that's going to be Call Me Daddy trying to get in there to help him out, but that may be... Oh, he misses the stun, but that's going to be a double kill for Brand.
Definitely, yeah. That minion following him. That minion was like, I'm helping, and provided the
bounces for...
Yeah, part of the Pyroclasm with 3 extra bounces. Ridiculous.
Yeah. So Leona trying to go in again, but misses.
Huge double kill mid lane. Yeah, we look back to that bot lane. So we're kind of looking at CS across the board, though. We see the discrepancy bot lane, about double the CS coming through from Misfortune over the Vayne. Mid lane, it's about only 10, but he does have the 2 kills. I think we're going to devolve this into a little mini game of them. Can they stun Brand, or can Misfortune get a full ultimate off in the next 10 to 15 minutes? But for right now, it looks like this bot lane is just taking one as Vayne. Oh, she didn't hit the double up on that one. Unfortunate.
Yeah,
but
minion there.
Taking the beating. Brand's gonna come back. Looks like he's going row as well. Definitely conservative. Not rushing the Rylai's or the Merlin Amakan, but definitely a lot of damage still, as he does have enough gold to pick up the blasting wand as well as the
yeah, he's just playing a little safe. Smart move. And this is gonna be Brand deciding whether or not he wants to contest this.
It's caught a little bit late.
The flash from Leona, the shockwave out of Orianna, but that's going to be his team down there to help him out. And that is going to be Brand going down. But that's Shen in the back line along with the volley for Bubblegum. But this is going to be a lot of damage going onto that volley. He does have passive and ultimate going. But that's still going to be Volibear going down. The flash out of Vayne. And the fight continues. They're going to keep chasing this. Maybe Jibs and Bits going down the taunt. And that's going to be Jibs and Bits going down as well. Double kill for the Vayne. Can they get the taunt onto Misfortune? No, they're not going to try it. So that went from a bad to amazing play for TVD.
Yeah. Well, it was a great preemptive play to kill the Brand. Obviously, he survived for a lot longer. I think heal was burned from Vayne. Obviously, the Lulu shield and the Shen ults. So he survived for a while and flashed out. He wasn't able to get his ultimate off. I don't believe it was up at the time, but there was seemed a little bit of hesitation coming through on the side for Bubblegum, as the Volibear was in there. You saw it for a very long time, and you had the carries. I mean, Orianna was full HP and almost full mana, and just kind of in the back line, not really wanting to commit or step forward to hit those carries. And
she burned her shockwave on only the Brand and couldn't commit it to help the rest of the fight.
Right. Only a big cooldown to miss there. As that Q just finally misses, but after that, Vayne's gonna pick up a she has this is hilarious. She has half the CS of Misfortune, but she does have a BF sword and Brawler's gloves, so she's technically in items. As I'm gonna look at the stats right now, she is only 600 gold behind Misfortune, which is it's boots and half a glove, maybe a potion, something like that. So not that big. Definitely good for an early game Vayne. However, mid lane, if you look at the gold, Brand is 1K up on Orianna, which is a lot. Yes. For early game.
It is a very, very big lead in the mid lane there. He was able to pick up a kill in that fight as well.
Definitely.
So that's a 3-1 Brand against an 0-1
ultimate
Orianna,
coming in.
and that's going to be a very low Orianna. That's going to be Orianna maybe going down. The barrier popped, and that's going to be the ignite paying off.
Yep, definitely paying off with that aggression coming through. Another kill, and you got to wonder at this point, when does Warwick start escalating the game, because they're at a standstill right now, and I see he's farming Scuttle, and as Sejuani's ganking bot lane, there should be pings going down.
And that's going to be Vayne taking one more kill onto Kevy J. Warwick's coming down here to help, but I don't know that he'll be able to. This is Vayne still going. There's a double kill for Vayne. That's Warwick getting very low, but he is able to retreat into the safety of his tower.
Definitely has a lot of experience on Vayne. I know it's been banned away from him several games. Definitely a pick that he enjoys a lot. But if we look across, I was gonna say before that. Yeah, I was gonna say before that the gold's about even, but after that they're actually jump up 2K, and both the mid lane and the ADC have four kills on the side for TVD. So that's things not looking as good for Bubblegum as they were 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, that's a very good thing to see if you're Virtual Death. Bubblegum, on the other hand, you don't want to be seeing a 4-0 at Vayne at 10 minutes into the game.
It's definitely not a good thing. She's gonna back and pick up that Zeal as well. So having you know, a little bit more attack speed. However, I don't know that it's that pertinent right now. As Oliver's just gonna walk out of that one.
The top, but Daddy's there to answer him.
Yeah,
it's a lot
they
of
can't
damage
fight
coming out of
anymore.
that pillar of flame.
Orianna might actually get caught out here.
Brand
Sejuani has flash up.
Sejuani just wants to do blue buff. Go away, guys. I'm getting blue. So what was supposed to be a very good lane for Bubblegum has now gone down the drain.
Warwick's actually going to go in here.
That's going to be Shen taunting into the volley bear, and that's going to be heal burn. Ultimate out of Leona with the ultimate out of... And Lulu ulted herself. And that's going to be a double kill picked up for Misfortune. And then the dive in the top lane. And that's going to work out for them. Great, great tower aggro trading from in the top lane.
Definitely, you know, flip-flopped around the side of the map. Bot lane dies 2 for 0, and then on the top side, top and jungle died 2 for 0, and
this is maybe the first turret going over to that.
Yeah. Definitely an interesting trade there, as gold is actually equal now after that first turret gold. You know, only what, 1K, 2K, something like that. So. Yeah, if we look back in the bot lane, that gold lead where Vayne caught up to Misfortune, it's now back up to about 1.5K, whereas in the mid lane, it's 1.5K the other way. So definitely going back to that Brand versus Misfortune matchup that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, we're going to have to see some great peel out of Jibs and Bits for him to keep his AD carry alive against this very strong Brand.
Definitely. What do you think is going for next, the Brand?
I'd assume something like Rylai's, just for a bit more damage. There's also the possibility that he's going a safe build, I wouldn't recommend it, but he could go Abyssal Mask if he wants to build the way that he started with the safety. He'd go Abyssal Mask, but I'm looking to see something like a Rylai's.
Yeah, I think it has to be Rylai's or Leandry's coming out next for the Brand. Definitely want to burn through all those tanks on the side of a Bubblegum. As a Bully Bear and Warwick are starting to get their items. They have their Cinders. They have their Null Mantles. Those Merc Jets coming out pretty soon. As like Sejuani might even get caught out here. Awkward positioning here.
Very bad positioning. And that's going to be a whiffed ultimate, but Brand throwing his out. There's a lot of damage coming down. That's going to be Lulu ultimate onto the Brand. The shockwave after the flash takes him down, and that's going to be Big Daddy Tempo going down as well. Vayne going to pick up one, but she's going to go down. That's a double kill for Leona, and one more picked up for the Misfortune.
Definitely walking a little bit too far forward there for the Brand and getting caught up by everything. Maybe a little overeager. There was a call, or who knows, but definitely a very a fiesta of a fight, as a lot of stuff flew at the other team and went a lot of ways, and a roller coaster. As top lane is a very peaceful, a verdant isle.
We
have Shen and Volibear.
They're just farming.
They're just kind of farming. Shen didn't even like to teleport.
Good trade though.
Very good trade.
But that's gonna be mid turret going down now, and that's a very open map for Bubblegum.
And with that fight, they've pulled ahead by exactly 2K again. It's really interesting, these games. They just go back and forth and back and forth, and then we end up at like 57 minutes, and it's like, what even happened? But it's very interesting. They have an Ocean Drake.
I think if it goes that late though, this game goes to Virtual Death.
Oh, it has to. There's no way. Unless they just, Vayne mad modes, turret modes Warwick, then in Volibear, then there's no way.
Yeah.
They're gonna look for that Ocean Drake trade.
Very questionable plays for them to not win this late game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Ocean Drake going over to Bubblegum, but Virtual Death still in the mid lane, pushing for the tier 2.
Yeah.
Now let's see
and you have to,
what Bubblegum decides they're gonna do here. Are they gonna go in for the fight? That's a tier 2 turret gone.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna walk out.
That was an interesting call there. I don't think that Ocean Drake is. First of all, Ocean Drake isn't actually worth that much. It's kind of like Windrake's older brother. It's not. It's a bait thing. It has the highest win rate for having the Drake because you only take it when you're ahead, because it's not worth your time otherwise. So they take the Ocean Drake, and they lose what? They lose 2 turrets, which brings the goal back up to even.
Yeah.
And a whole lot of map pressure as they lose vision, and you see a couple deep wards right there on the upper set of red buff, and as a Team Bubblegum, we're gonna start that Herald, and
yeah, they're gonna try and take a consolation prize with this Herald here.
Yeah, I think they'll get it for free.
Sejuani might go in for the quick steal, but she's just gonna let it go.
No, it's not smart. I mean, they just came back so much. There's no reason to try and throw it. Plus, they're all stacked there, and their bot lane is bot lane right now. So we'll see if they'll take that turret though. As a Bubblegum seems to be grouping around the center.
Well, now
maybe they're waiting on Volibear teleport or something for a flank.
That could be something we're waiting for. No wards for him to get behind TVD in the bot lane. They opened up the mid lane super early, but they didn't get vision with it. They opened up the mid lane and then they went to Dragon. They backed and went
bot
to
lane.
Dragon.
Is little death squad here is a.
It's gonna be 3-man bot lane, but they walked over so much vision that it's an easy spot for.
Definitely.
And that's Warwick wasting the Rift Herald, easily jumped on by Sejuani and Shen. And that's gonna be a double taunt out of Shen, flipped by Volibear, and that's gonna
Brand's
be
roaming up.
Big Daddy tempo, maybe going down. That's a Brand ulti onto 1. Big stun, and that's gonna be Volibear going down to Atesh. Call Me Daddy getting taunted up as well, and that's gonna be another kill going over to the side of Virtual Death.
Only a little bit of mechanical misplays there, resulting in a 2 deaths.
Yeah, 2
and the loss of a Rift Herald. They're gonna siege bot lane anyways, though. Vayne and Lulu really have to be careful here, as I feel like
they can easily get dove. That's gonna be the exhaust going down onto Vayne, but this is Jibs and Bits all alone.
Yeah,
Lulu ulti knocking up the Misfortune, and that's Misfortune burning heal, but she's still gonna go down to the Vayne, and the whole team's here. That's gonna be an easy 3 pickups, and they don't even get the turret.
They are 3 for, 3 for nothing. Definitely
that's
some.
That's a 7-2 Vayne going back to pick up some items.
Micro miscommunication going on there. As they definitely should have won that fight. Maybe going in a little too late, but you're seeing there's just those little things, maybe a little bit off sync, maybe a little bit hesitant, resulting in 5 deaths across the map in the span of about a minute and a half. I think everybody died. Yeah, and as we look at the gold now, it's a 3K, 4K difference shifting.
Yeah, just about a 4K lead for TVD here. And that's a lot of gold onto a Vayne. She does have the completed ID now.
What does she have now? What's her gold at? 75? 75 to 78. So Misfortune is actually still, she has the 40 CS lead. She is about a couple hundred gold, but all that early game lead that they built up is dissipated at this point, and she's pretty much even. Plus, it's a Vayne, so her gold on her is actually worth more than it is on Misfortune.
Yeah, and they're getting closer and closer to the late game that Vayne wants to be at. Lulu there was able to interrupt the Misfortune ult after a few waves went through, and then Misfortune was the only one left in turret. Leona chased Vayne out of the turret, so Misfortune ended up tanking that turret. So just slight misplays.
Communication is there. Actually, we're gonna see a little bit of a deep invade here, as they might get collapsed on. We're gonna run up the river. Brain is spotted out. They have no idea that they're there. Oh, now they see them.
Yeah, they just spotted them.
They're just gonna walk out.
But that's an easy escape for them. And that's Warwick on his own. Getting a little too excited for that Scuttle Crab. And that's Misfortune burning flash, but Orianna instantly bursted down after the ultimate comes out of Sejuani. And again, that's a 2 for 0. And Baron's up in 10 seconds. That's an actual possibility at this point with Vayne having IE Shiv.
A lot of damage coming out from Baron. And you saw that fight, the lack of faith that Misfortune had in her support to stop the engage from Shen there. That coupled with the fact that...
That's a misplay out of Vayne.
That is a misplay.
But
that coupled with the lack of communication there, the Warwick kind of going in all on his own and just getting isolated and chunked out. But they're gonna lose a turret for that. See if Volibear actually wants this.
Make something happen here, but that's a lot of damage coming out of that Brand. That's a very low double stun out of Leona, and that's her going in. Big ultimate out of. Oh, there's Shen in the back line. That's a lot of damage coming out of that Brand, and that's gonna be 2 going down from the side of Bubblegum for the jungler. And this could be more.
Definitely. I don't think there's any way
Shen
they're getting run down at this
point. There goes a
point.
Tesh taking out the AD carry again. And this is going to be Doom Rider going down the exhaust coming out of Lulu. And that's going to be a double kill for Bran. And they're just going to take that turret, take those 4 kills, and walk on out.
Definitely running over them there as Team Bubblegum seems to be feeling the pressure and making several questionable plays one after another. So at this point in the game,
in the bot lane catching up on CS.
Yeah, that was a 4v5 the whole time. So far in this game, they're down about 6k. What do you think Team Bubblegum do to get back into this game and stop these bad skirmishes from occurring?
They need to stop engaging the bad skirmishes. This happened in the series that I casted, Bubblegum versus Fire, and they were taking bad skirmishes over and over again, and they just weren't able to pick the right fight.
It's hard because you have such a straightforward comp. You have Leona into like Warwick, Volibear, Orianna, Misfortune. Like, you just want to fight all the time because that's what your team comp does. However, at this point, the things that happen early game, the Brand kills, the Vayne kills, make it so that you can't just straight out win these fights like you could if it were even gold.
Yeah, they have to pick the right fight. They have to know when to pull the trigger so that they will win the fight. But at this point, that's a very tanky Shen. That's a very tanky Sejuani, you know, just with their passive alone.
Yeah. 3-0-12, definitely a great score coming out from this. This Shen holding it down in the top lane. We saw his great trades onto Volibear earlier. Definitely playing very well. He's down a little bit of CS, but that doesn't matter. He's running around helping people. They're gonna actually get another turret down there.
That's gonna be the final outer going down, and that's Orianna caught out on her own, walking through her own jungle. You don't do that when you're that far behind.
Well, one asks the question if it's actually her jungle at this point, down about 8k gold as they're pushing the bot tier or bot lane tier 2.
Be a quick ultimate out of the Misfortune, clear the wave, and just protect that turret. But they've got another wave right here, so they could just.
Yeah, I feel like that was maybe a missed call, maybe supposed to go in, because they do have a wave right there, and it didn't accomplish as much as maybe they were hoping. But then again, that Leona is very scary to dive. Not a good fight under turret, or one that they want to pick at right now. They do have Shen ult. Shen is in the middle, so maybe they will opt to go for something. But Orianna is getting back. Volibear does have TP. There's a couple deep wards from
bunch more damage going into the Leona, but
heal burn.
I think maybe a wasted ultimate out of the Brand.
Nah, it keeps him low. They're actually going to go in here.
And that's going to be an engage from Warwick. The shockwave only on to 1, but that's going to be 3 going down instantly from Bubblegum. And that's going to be the Orianna to almost follow. Heal burned out of Vayne, and that's going to be a quadra kill for Vayne. She's going to go chase down the Penta. Get it, Vayne, get it!
That's interesting. Oh my goodness.
No, it looks like she's going to stop pushing that mid wave while the bot lane's pushed in. And that's going to be 2 inhib turrets most likely going down. Oh, they
Do they have
just
yeah,
take
they'll have
the inhib.
minions.
Everyone is coming back up for Bubblegum, so they decide they're just gonna take the inhib and back off. Shen's still in the mid lane, but he's easily just gonna walk away from that.
And obviously the next call here is just to go to Baron, ward up, and you wonder if maybe Bubblegum, you know, striving for a comeback play, decides to rush Baron here, but it does not look like that. I feel like they're just gonna farm out and get wards and await the impending Baron fight that's going to occur within the next minute or half. So what dragon is coming up? Windrake. They'll probably get the Windrake too.
Yeah, just secure the dragon.
Get that bonus movement speed.
Small consolation prizes at this point. They'll take whatever they can get.
Bubblegum grouping up here around the Baron. Definitely expecting it, as you see
Lots of
TVD also grouping up in the mid lane. Pathing towards that Baron. Face checking it almost, but they do have vision, so it's not the most dangerous. Vayne's gonna take the scuttle, and they're gonna prepare for Baron. And we look at the items. Vayne is also finished, has her 80% crit and then her QSS, so definitely in prime position right here to take control of this game, as we just saw Quadra kill.
And now they're setting up a little bit of a death bush.
Yeah, this is smart. I mean, they have to face check them, and if they show to clear that way bot lane, which they have to, as Misfortune does, then they just start the Baron, as you see here. And it's Brand Vayne. That thing goes down very quickly. Not even a chance to contest.
Easy Baron for TVD.
Zoning Sejuani ult. Nobody saw that.
I saw it.
Nobody saw that.
Casters see all.
Vayne's they're gonna send Vayne Lulu top and maybe pushing that wave with the Baron minions mid lane. They have a very strong AoE team fight with the Sejuani brand.
With the Sejuani ult being down though.
They have to clear supers. I don't think there's any risk here, as they're gonna just send Warwick and Volibear and Leon over to contest that. Actually, Vayne and Lulu opt to back off of that Baron and maybe pick up items.
Yeah, Vayne's got the rapid fire cannon and the QSS too.
Yeah, she has the same items she had earlier, so I'm wondering. She picked up a Vam Scepter and that's it. Maybe a waste of a back. She does pot up though. It looks like they're gonna group up around mid. Maybe a little less aggression than they should though. I mean, they are 13k up and they have Baron.
Yeah, at this point, you should be taking any fight you can get if you're TVD.
Yeah.
You're so far ahead that you're just gonna stop these team fights.
I don't think it matters. But they're converging on the top side. Lulu sleeping at vision. Brave little Lulu. That champion is disgusting. That's like I ban that champion every single game that I play. That nobody wants to play it like on my team. She's just broken.
Yeah, she's super.
They're gonna stop shoving mid lane, as bot lane is gonna push in. Caught between 3 waves. Shen top. Can always join the fight with the ultimate or the teleport.
And that's gonna be the mid inhib turret going down, possibly the inhib to follow.
It has to be.
They're a little hesitant to actually.
Well, they do have really strong engage on the side of a Bubblegum, so they have to be a little bit careful. But if they can just finesse around here to the top side and then not get your brand caught in here in the back, then they'll be fine. As the last inhibitor turret goes down, and at this point, I feel like it's just formalities. Even Bubblegum are kind of standing back and almost awaiting the inevitable.
Yeah, this is pretty much a wash for Bubblegum. At this point in the game, death timers aren't long enough. Even if they do win a fight, they can maybe get 1 turret in the Cloud Drake. But nothing that's going to be able to turn this game.
If they have to go, they have to go now.
They have to pull
right
the
now.
trigger
The is so far forward. They have to go now. That's a big crit coming in with that static shift proc.
So are they going to decide to pull the trigger, or are they just going to let it happen?
Cluster
big minions. That's going to be Brand getting caught out by the Volibear. The ultimate coming down from Shen. And that's going to be Vayne just taking out Orianna. Vayne taking out 1 more for himself. That's going to be 2 for Vayne, 1 for... That's going to be the game. Triple kill coming out of the Vayne again.
Very cleanly. The end game there. Is that Gosu? No, this guy's he's a Vayne player.
So it's Gosu.
Have to assume that it's going to be banned against him next game.
Absolutely. If Bubblegum doesn't ban that,